Hey everybody, Patrick here with Rap4. It is February 4th, 2013, and this is Monday Night Paintball. Alright guys, time for some paintball news and industry trends. Up to this point, DNA evidence has been used to solve a lot of crimes. Most of the DNA from the suspect left at the crime scene, but there looks to be a new development in the criminal justice system that actually plants DNA on a subject to find them later. This system was built by Select DNA, a company in the UK, and the way it works is that you fire a paintball with DNA in it on a target, and later on you can use black light to see who you shot. This can be used during riots to figure out who was there or who was at the scene of a crime. They're marked later, and the mark lasts for about 2 weeks. So you're able to scan a bunch of suspects and you can catch them red-handed or DNA-handed. It's pretty interesting though, paintball used to solve crimes. There's a pretty big event going on in Nova Scotia called Diefenbunker, and it's being put on by CDA Paintball. It's on March 9th and 10th. They're expecting about a 200-man turnout. There's 64,000 square feet of paintball field there to play on. There's a bunch of rooms and corridors. It's multi-storied. This facility is really cool. So if you're in the Nova Scotia area and you're looking to play some paintball on the 9th and 10th of March, you should definitely go check this out and send us some pictures and videos so we can put it on our Facebook page so everybody can see how much fun you had. Looks like Karmatech has announced pricing for their SAR-12 platform. You guys saw this at Paintball Extravaganza 2012. So did we. It's a very cool marker. It's a sniper style gun. It looks like the base model is going to be $830, and then the whole kit would be $999, and the additional magazines are $39 each. So for those of you who are going to get your hands on one of these, we would be very interested in seeing pictures of it, especially performance and actually having it play on the field. This is one of those cool markers that's coming out. MagFed's blowing up. We're seeing companies like Dye, that's mostly speedball, get into the MagFed game. Other MagFed companies that have been in the industry for a long time are just increasing their product line. We're coming out with like 4 or 5 products this year. It's pretty cool to watch all this stuff happen. So congratulations Karmatech on making a big step and announcing your pricing. Good luck to you. Hopefully your markers perform as great as they look. Our flagship team, Savoy 6, is having a scenario on February 24th. It's at Velocity Paintball Park in Ramona, California. It's called The Battle for Mount Suribachi. Should be pretty cool. For those of you who have been looking forward to teaming up with Savoy 6, getting to know them, inquiring about joining the team, or just want to hang out with them and see all the new Rap4 gear, you can do so on February 24th. Go to their Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Savoy6Paintball, and just inquire. There'll be a link up and stuff, but if you have any questions, you can ask. They have about 35 plus members that are on that board, so somebody will jump on and answer you. MKP2 has been released. For those of you who haven't heard, it's now available for sale. We released it first as a bare aluminum model. For those of you who didn't want to wait for us to powder coat it, if you just wanted to put on your own camel paint job or whatever, we see some pretty cool custom paint jobs on some markers. Maybe some of you guys would have preferred it, but now the black powder coated version has been released. So the biggest difference is between MKP2 and the MKP original is mostly that it's made in America. That's a really big step. Quality is just a lot higher. It's pretty cool. You can have a little charging handle on it if you want to. It's completely optional. It's mostly cosmetic. If you don't want one, then the plugs on the side don't have to get punched out. It can remain solid. It's got a little bit more of an aggressive look to it, and it's just that much better of a marker. Now for those of you who are dreading the headache of taking the guts out of your MKP and putting them over the MKP2, here's Anthony from Savoy 6 doing the deed. He showed up the other day to hang out, and he wanted to switch over his marker into the new MKP2 body, and I got the opportunity to film him doing it. So here it is, sped up, of course. I'm going to make you sit through it, but it only takes a couple of minutes. And here is the end result. So, for those of you who are going to be taking your MKP2 and decking it out like Anthony did, go ahead and put up some pictures on our Facebook page. I'm sure that I'll share it for everybody to see. We got about 22,000 likes right now. Most people see it when I post it. So if you want the opportunity to show off your handiwork, just go to facebook.com/rep4USA and post it up. Alright guys, for this week's tactical tip, I'm actually going to hand over the stage to Savoy 6. There's going to be multiple members this week. I'm going to go ahead and give you a little bit of mag-fed knowledge for you to use out there on the battlefield. For those of you who aren't familiar, Savoy 6 is our flagship team. They operate in Southern California. They comprise mostly of veterans, and they're very involved with veteran charities. So, with no further ado, Savoy 6.
Hi everyone, this is Smurfy. Today I want to tell you a little bit about using a pistol on the paintball field. Now, when I first started to play paintball, my husband always carried a pistol in a leg holster, but I was intimidated by it. I was concerned. I was, getting my skills together, and I thought it would just be too much, too bulky. I'm a smaller player, but I saw he was having a lot of success with it, so I decided that I wanted to give it a try as well. So the pistol that I use is a Tippmann TPX, and I'm not intimidated by it anymore, and at this point I wouldn't be caught without it. If you run out of air or if you run out of paint, having this comes in very handy. A lot of times players will hear that, you can even do it on purpose, say I'm out of paint, or they hear the noise that your air is out and they're coming, and they don't know that you're well prepared. The TPX is an excellent pistol for me. It's lightweight, it fits great in my hand, it sits in the holster very nicely. You can hook up a remote line if you want to, so you have plenty of air, you don't run out of air. Otherwise, the air just goes in right underneath the barrel. You pop a 12 gram right in there. It lasts for usually about 3 magazines. After the third, you may be able to go a half magazine more, but it's best just kind of to keep track of it, pop new air in at that point. I use it for being my secondary sidearm, and I also really enjoy in scenario play. I love it in scenario play because when you're playing a scenario game, a lot of times, especially with me being small, they like to have me, I don't have to duck very much, running behind enemy lines, doing quick missions, go and talk to this person, go get this, or playing the role of medic. Medic is probably my favorite role to play. If you're carrying something small, like a TPX, it's perfect because you're not bulky, you can move very quickly, you can react very fast. I mean, your body, you move very quickly. You can respond, easy pivot, you don't have to worry about having the heavy vest on, you don't have to worry about having a large paintball marker, and you can go for a long time, and it's incredibly accurate. I would say this shoots almost as far as my regular marker, and it may even be a little bit more accurate at times. It's a handy thing, I definitely wouldn't be without it. So that's just a little bit about my TPX, and hope you have a great time, and see you out on the field.
Hey guys, it's Murph with Savoy 6. Going to talk about pistols today for your tactical tip. So I have a Recon Overlord. It's handy, it's durable. I beat the hell out of this thing. It keeps on ticking. So what I did is I modified it with something I bought on eBay, just a little air mod kit. Just I had to cut a port out the bottom. So don't be afraid to modify your guns. If you're not sure how to cut metal, you're a little scared, there's plenty of guys out in the community that are handy with this stuff. I had to get a buddy to help me because I didn't want to slice this thing in half. So I just ran the line down, secured it on there with some screws and some shoe goo, and so now, one less thing to worry about. I don't have to stress about my air. I can run all kinds of fun little gifts. So I can put that on there, just a little quick change for 12 grams. It's handy in a pinch. Also, if you want to use a remote line, you can. And if you want to get a little fancy, which sometimes we all want to get a little fancy, you can throw a small tank on there. And if you want to go for the carbine look, if you just want to scare the crap out of some walk-ons and challenge yourself in the process, boom, just a little barrel I put on there. It uses spider threads, I want to say, so I had to get an adapter for that, put a little mini Piccaninny rail on there, and bang, now I have a little mini carbine here, so I can do some mag play, and I can get a little bit more of an accurate shot because it's a little bit more secure, a little bit more stable. And if I want to get real crazy, now I can support it on somewhere and just take that perfect, well-aimed shot. So it's just something that I do, and not everybody has to, you don't have to, but to make it more interesting, which that's one of the reasons why most of us get into magazine-fed paintball, because you're bored. Hopper play gets a little boring, it's a little repetitive, it's like Groundhog's Day, same thing every time. But when you make it challenging for yourself, it's fun. And it's kind of handy to have a little standout, little sidearm, so when your main marker goes down a couple times, you know, the A5s have just been giving me heartache. I don't want to go home. I've only been on the field for like an hour. I don't have the right O-rings. The field doesn't have the O-rings. They're clueless because, you know, it's underpaid teenagers that really don't care about their job. Well, I pull this out. I don't have to rely on them or anybody else. I keep on playing, and it's just a little something fun to do on the side. So have fun with it. Post your ideas. Post your comments. If you have pictures of some pistols that you've modified, Kusha from Savoy 6, he modded out a really cool looking Tippmann TPX to look like a little carbine. I'm pretty impressed with it. I can't wait to try to coerce him into let me play with it. So just post your ideas on the page, on the team page. We'd really like to see it and see how you're liking it and ideas and lessons learned, because some things, you know, there's not a manual for it. So if you figured out something that nobody else has, share that, because then the community gets stronger, better ideas, and just share the wealth. Thanks guys, and have a good one.
Alright guys, that brings us to this week's topic of discussion, which is intimidating paintball masks. Are they worth it, or are they silly? I see a lot of guys with these really cool looking masks, some stuff from like that video game Army of Two. I've seen that out there. Also some other stuff. There was this guy that posted up some pictures of his custom mask that he made, and it looked just like Predator from the movies, and it looked like it took just a ton of time, but it ended up, looks like it blocked off pretty much all of the air holes in his mask, even though it looked sick. So I'm curious what you guys think about it. Do you think that these intimidating skull masks, alien masks, these crazy looking things, are they worth like the coolness factor? Do they really intimidate people? Are they that cool, or is it just blocking your view and blocking your breathing? Go to facebook.com/rap4USA and let us know what you think. Thanks for watching, everybody, and remember, Monday Night Paintball is your show. We make it from the content generated from our Facebook page, so if there's anything you'd like to see in next week's episode, just go to facebook.com/rap4USA and let us know. Looking forward to hearing from you, and we'll see you out there.